Hey y'all, it's Fred and I'm back with another video. Today is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a new kind of series here called Let's Talk. Black History Month, and if you aren't aware, recently there was a little Black History Month celebration at the White House. So I have seen little clips, but I have not seen the whole thing. Like I saw like people saying, "Oh my God, Trump is so good for Black America," and yes, yes, yes. And I want to see the full context. So if you like stuff like this, give it a like already, because I have things that I want to talk about already. Like it's gonna be kind of reaction, kind of chit chat. Let's see what this is about. But yeah, let's get started.
Say this at the passing of a person who has been doing very well. Jesse was a piece of work. He was a piece of work, but he's a good man.
Okay. At least he giving him his props. No shade. Like he not being a hater.
Lots of personality, grit, and street smarts. You would say Jesse had serious street smarts. He was
Street smarts. What do you mean by that?
truly loved people and a force of nature. He was somebody that we're going to greatly miss. And on behalf of everyone here today, I know you join our condolences to the entire family.
True. Okay. He said nothing, no red flags. By the way, I'm not like, I don't think he's a good guy. I feel kind of bad for Trump. I'm not gonna. I feel like it's an old person being taken advantage of. That's the best way I can put it.
We're also honored to be joined this afternoon by many exceptional African American leaders and patriots, including Secretary Scott Turner.
Hold up. Who is Scott Turner? He hates the libs. Checks out.
Driving force behind the opportunity zones. It couldn't get really the attention that it should, but it was because President Trump realized that the best way to get things done is through public-private partnerships.
Public-private partnerships. I don't know, that just could lead to some lack of transparency, maybe? I don't know.
And you don't politicize everything. You open your eyes and your ears and you look and you see what works and you deal with that. But the best thing about Scott, he's got...
You know what's crazy? And he's not saying anything outright bad.
Everything. You open your eyes and your ears and you look and you see what works and you deal with that.
You don't politicize everything. You open your eyes and see and hear what works. At the Black History Month White House reception. And I get that's not like a very obvious like thing, but like that's very much, that logic can be applied. Y'all know what I'm getting at, to chattel slavery.
But the best thing about Scott, he's got a lot of energy. I'm an old man now. I'll be 75 on my next birthday. I'm not like President Trump. He just goes forever.
Okay, we gotta skip. He's doing a whole lot of networking.
Mr. President, we are so grateful for your leadership and for your heart.
Amen.
And Dr. Carson, who is a tremendous just leader, servant leader, and been a great mentor to me. And you know, I never thought that I would see the day where I'm standing between the president and Dr. Ben Carson.
See, and this is the sad part. I feel like a lot of what I'm gonna see in this whole video is literally just people being glad to be there. And that's the sad part, because like it seems like in where we're going, if you want opportunities, you're gonna have to claim to think a certain way.
Gracious to us. He's been faithful, and the president has been a tremendous leader in his work ethic, his heart for people. He says America first. He really does mean America first.
The wink. Okay, and I can see why the people are agreeing. like the whole foundational Black American thing is in full throttle right now, and people very much are aligned with Black Americans being just Americans. So this is all. I'm not thrown off by any of this.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. First of all, we are living under the administration of the greatest president in our lifetime. We have the hottest country in our lifetime. We have the hottest country in our lifetime.
For Black Americans, America isn't horrible. It could be better. I understand his perspective, but the greatest administration, the greatest president, definitely some networking.
I want to make sure the mainstream media knows this because you represent the people who basically counter what the mainstream media has done. President Trump was the president who fully funded historically Black colleges and universities. President Trump.
That is a great point. I'm not gonna dig too deep into that, but the Biden-Harris administration did something similar, so kind of.
Criminal justice reform. President Trump made sure that we had opportunity zones. Let me close by saying this. This country is at a crossroads, and we have the right president at the right time. Yeah. And if you want school choice, like I know you do, President Trump wants it. If you want a law and order society and secure border,
I think so. He's going into the whole like the immigrants are taking everything, the poor people are ruining everything, and this is giving very much Tom Dubois, the bougie Black people, like people who think that they're above the mess because they have money. So that's where I don't agree with the stuff that he's saying here. I'm around people like this, so I understand why they think like this, because very much if you can escape poverty, you can escape Blackness. That's what I think they have confused. I could be very much wrong, but that's what I'm sensing here.
And more importantly, I say this because this is the greatest country on the planet. American citizens should decide American elections.
So they're trying to push this SAVE Act. No, the Save America Act. That's what they're calling it. And I'm not sure what's the official name for it. I don't see the negative parts of it, but I do know that it's like increasing documentation for voter ID. But I do think Black people should be skeptical of that because we had the literacy test. We had all of that. So it's a little off for him to be promoting that. And just Black people in general, because I'm just not thinking of that comparison that we had that as a barrier, blocking us from contributing politically. So that's definitely an important point when thinking about the people promoting the Save America Act. Girl, trash the Constitution. They need to do this for Obama. Like, if y'all want 4 more years, like bring the OG back. But
the feeling was this one. I fell in love with this man, with his heart, with his heart for this country, with his heart to really bring America back. President Donald Trump brought me from the prison pit to the White House.
From the prison pit, child. She came from prison. I'd probably be doing the same thing. That's why, like, when it comes to certain rappers, which I think that's gonna be my next Let's Talk topic, it's sad to say that I would be the same way if like that's a lack of integrity. But no one's above a presidential pardon and being grateful for that. So let's keep that in mind.
And President Trump is the only president who would have had the courage to bring someone like me, someone who received a second chance, but who knows more than someone who has sit among the captives, than someone who has been in captivity themselves. I did not get comfortable in my own freedom, but I went back.
They should have had Karen Huger up here, but I digress.
Harriet Tubman said she did. She went back to draw many others into freedom. And President Trump.
Look at Trump's face. Okay, whenever she brought up the Harriet Tubman comparison, you could tell he's going like, where is she going with that? The pure like, not disgust, but like almost like, girl, you thought in his face, like, just watch.
But I went back, as Harriet Tubman said she did. She went back to draw many others into freedom. And President
That is
Trump
sick. That man is a queen.
First term, he signed the First Step Act into law.
Wait, the what? The First Step Act? Okay, First Step Act. Oh, okay. Recidivism. I don't know how to say that word, but I know what it means. We clap for the good things, but it's just so many other bad things.
Over 40,000 individuals have come home to their families early. And you know, many of those were Black Americans who had no home. This president,
Child.
I'm standing here today as a testament.
Okay. Think for yourselves. Like, I just searched up what the First Step Act means. Every single thing that man does, you should be doing the same. Like, and that's what's missing here. Like, yes, the First Step Act is great, but are we looking at wanting to tear down the Civil Rights Act?
They said we couldn't do it in 4 years, we did it in 1 year. More Americans are working today than at any time in American history. So we have more Americans right now working than at any time. And you know, when
I don't know if this is true, but I think what he's getting at is the fact that there's been so many deportations, which I don't know if it's reached Obama's term yet, but there's been a lot of deportations, so reasonably there would be a lot more Americans working. But let's see what this next lady's talking about.
I can't agree to be first, but say to God be glory.
Amen. I know she got a check, so I'm gonna clap for my sister. It's sad, but let's just address it. A lot of conservatives only like Trump because he's holding up that Christian flag, and we have been under the Christian religion since we were brought here 400s of years ago. So I think that's important to acknowledge. I mean, who am I to say what people should do? But I do think it's important to, see if people's policies are Christian, like. And let's see what else she said.
Then here comes no tax relief. I was able to hire 7 more employees. Not only that, I was able to open a second location on our college campus. Things are just going off simply because I have it now faith. And so I love the fact that scripture, and I say all of that as to try to speak to my little breakdown.
She's saying things that are great, like, yes, when you have a business and businesses are benefiting from the policies, it's great, but it doesn't zoom out on what else is going on. Just completely disregarding everybody else's needs, people who are hurting, who, other industries who, may not be seeing the benefits of what's going on, but just, being a spokesperson for all of us and saying he's so great when only you are financially benefiting.
At the end of the day, Jesus has been an amazing blessing.
And that's very telltale. Jesus has been great to you. He has. And there's no denying that, but being a Christian, you should be worried about the well-being of others. I'm sure everybody in your community isn't as well off as you have been.
She tells exactly how you feel, what he does.
You know what? No shade. That's probably how they have a lot of these people. A lot of people would rather you be racist to their face. Like, tell me you just want me to work on the field, and I'll play my role and you know build my stack what I can. But I feel like a lot of people are very disillusioned with the blue party, wherein it's like, okay, we'll give you this, but we're not actually gonna do anything to structurally, you know, pull y'all up.
For this president, I am filled, my cup runneth over. Because he allowed his constituents, his people to come to my house and interview me to talk about the murder of my grandson. It seemed like nobody
That's really
cared.
sad.
We marched and we rallied and nobody heard me, Democrats.
Ooh, you know what?
Send his constituents, his people out.
That is such a crazy point, and I'm noticing a theme here. She said, nobody helped me, not even you, not you Democrats. And I'm gonna talk about this. A lot of these people are benefiting in selfish ways, yes, but it's in ways that the other party has not done.
Okay. You take a life, you do life. Just that simple.
Period, boo.
You do us.
Period. He looking like, girl, you really thought that was to help you? We just need the city to look good. Happy to get, she's so happy to get her moment, and like I'm happy for her, but it's sad that it was under these circumstances.
My son was in a school that he didn't have any voice, and he found drugs in school, and he died. And so I'm here today to just show my appreciation for all.
These are really unfortunate situations that may or may not be results of white supremacy. Why are Black communities so disproportionately affected by low quality schools? But no, we don't address that. We're gonna allow you, since you have a few dollars, we're gonna allow you to be the spokesperson for yes, you have the option to pay for a better school, and you know, everyone else is left to figure it out.
She's in private school. She's thriving. She's going to be an anesthesia.
Private school. Do y'all think everybody has money for private school? That's the double-sided part of this conversation. Yes, Black people should not be forced to be in horrible schools. But why are those schools bad? Why are all the Black people in this low-income area?
In my zip code, it feels like we were locked in a cage. And being locked in a cage, and we can't get out. And because of all of the things that we're doing for education, now we can get out and see our children and have a chance.
Another Tom Dubois remark. If you have money, you can get out. If you have the funds, yes, you can pay to go wherever you want. But there's a reason public schools exist.
But it's a very special group of people. So happy Black History Month, happy Black History Year, and happy Black History Century. Thank you all.
That was nice of him to say it's Black History forever. But I'm not buying what's on the platter. Not surprised, but it's good to see what points, like what do we need to work on? What should we be seeking politically? Because I think that's the ultimate question. The very consistent theme here was that they received a selfish benefit, and because they are benefiting, the whole country needs to be under this, new rule. I hope y'all enjoyed the commentary though. I advise you to do your research on these people and, you know, see exactly what they were talking about. Do your research if anything got your interest. But yeah, I hope to do this more. Like I mentioned before, definitely thinking about making a next Let's Talk on everyone's favorite rapper. But I hope y'all enjoyed this. If you did like this style of video, go ahead and hit a like. I appreciate you for staying this far into the video for my little commentary, like little on me. If you didn't get a chance to watch my last video, my last vlog, it may be to the left of my head. You should go watch that. Yeah, that was all I have for y'all. I'll see you next time.